structurally it's going to be impossible for a woman to ever become Prime Minister if that MP came from UMNO, right? What is the party doing to ensure that there's greater gender representation within the party?
Well, firstly, I don't think that it's structurally impossible because you've had women contesting straight into the Supreme Council and winning.
Do you actually see a woman becoming president of UMNO one day and then hence becoming Prime Minister?
You know, anything's possible in Malaysia. So I wouldn't rule it out. But the realm of possibility may be 100 years or 150 years. I'm saying this realistically. Maybe not. I would say not in our lifetimes, especially for my party, because structurally it's a bit stacked against the women. But I have to say this in her defense, and I think she's doing a lot of things to push the agenda, Khairy within the party. Every time we have Supreme Council meeting, management committee meeting, which basically looks after housekeeping and constitutional issues, she actually fights a corner. And recently there was an amendment to the Constitution. I'll just give you a very concrete example. There was an amendment to the Constitution where we increased the number of automatic places in the Supreme Council as well as the division committees and branch committees for women. And when it came to the Supreme Council, they wanted to add 2 for Pemuda, 2 for Putri, and 2 for Wanita. And then Sharizat said, well, can I have 3? Can I have an additional 1? So she came to me and said, do you mind if I have 3? She has to ask because normally whatever Wanita asks, Pemuda will ask for the same thing, and then Putri will ask for the same thing. Cannot lebih lah because all the same kan. So I said okay, I'll take the blame for it with the Pemuda guys because I think you guys deserve it, and there's a lot of representation by men anyway. So she got the extra seat in the Supreme Council. So I think there are things that we can start doing, small things, constitutional amendments, and putting more candidates, more female candidates in the next general elections. But again, because it's so top down, warlords and all that kind of stuff, until and unless we break through this, the system of picking leaders, and what Tony mentioned just now was very important, especially to UMNO, where you cannot pick people to run in general elections or elections who are popular in the party, but very unpopular outside the party. That is the fundamental problem within our party at this point in time. You pick a Ketua Bahagian, he's a warlord. You ask every single guy in that Bahagian, he's going to say this guy's the best thing since sliced bread. But the moment you ask somebody who's not an UMNO member, they're like, this guy sucks, man. He doesn't care about all the normal people, non-UMNO members. And that's really the structural problem. You get rid of that, then I think a lot more women will rise to the top. Because there are a lot of quality leaders in Wanita, in Putri, who are acceptable to the public. But because of the stranglehold by the warlord, because of the system as well, it's not allowed. So I think PM has to break through this stranglehold and put in quality people, and that will automatically increase the number of women representatives in the party.
Quota. How many quotas?
No, the quota, I mean, you can push for the quota, but it's never adhered to. So in the end of the day, it's just a joke. You can say 30% candidates for the general elections, but they never end up doing it because everybody is held to ransom by the local leaders, the warlords. And it happens in other parties as well. I don't think just UMNO, some opposition parties as well. So really, I mean, if you want to have a quota, you enforce it, and you properly enforce it. But every time we bring up the quota, guys are like, oh, tak boleh, you go by merit. Obviously, it doesn't work. You have to move
up no merit.
Yeah.
Tony, is that the same experience that DAP is facing?
No, I actually that was my point that Khairy was mentioning earlier. It's actually a lot easier for DAP to introduce new candidates. We don't go through the warlord system. The culture is a bit different. Local branches are quite acceptable of the state leadership or the national leadership introducing candidates to particular place. Liu Jintong is an example. He was never in Penang. But he was taken to, because of shortage of candidates, he was taken all the way to Bukit Bendera. He was taken to Bukit Bendera and he won. He won against former Deputy Minister, Chia Pong Chai. So the culture in DAP is fairly open, fairly mobile. As long as the candidates are acceptable and generally can be sold to the public without any blemish or black marks to him,
Or her.
or her